Okay, so let's take a look of this rendering bug while executing the 2D test on a small screen Android emulator. So now I'm running the test. At certain point, they will block with an error. I prepared a prompt where it says, I have a render bug in the main 3 test in a small screen. I don't understand why, since the expense ad screen that seems where it's happening has, ooh, no, that's not happening. Copy and paste mistake, as a single child scroll view. So if I go here, so it says there is a overflow, vertical overflow. How is it possible? Maybe I misread, but how is it possible since I have a single child scroll view? Okay, wrapping the content, so you should be able to scroll vertically. Well, apparently it doesn't, or the issue is different. One of the two things. Uh, and this is still executing the test. This is the tail. We arrived test 24, 25. It should happen anytime soon. And when I'm capturing the output inside main render error, hopefully it will go on standard output and not on standard error, because otherwise it won't go in the file, and it means I have to redo. But it looks like, yeah, because it's here, I'm tailing the file, it's in the file, so it look good. Rendering render flags at the bottom. Okay, except in that screen. And it goes on, but the file in question where I put this output is in here, in the app folder. To close a few things. There you go, that's the one. So I'm going to do copy relative path and say see the test output. Output, I would say here, but I don't need. That's the test output. Let's say plan mode. Can you investigate the issue? And oh, uh, we're still on this branch because we were working on that branch. And that's what we should continue. Yeah, okay, we won't do any changes. We'll just create a ticket and tell me why it's happening. Don't change any file. Okay. And the file is still being generated, yeah, but there is already enough information. Okay, it's finished now. Perfect timing. Yeah. Already understood the contest. That's good. Ah, it's a different issue. It's a card on top. I didn't understand that. Ah. So the issue is that this card appears on top of the layout, and that card maybe does not have the scrolling. Maybe. Let's see. So we skip all the thinking part. Let's see the actual output. I've identified the issue. The render overflow is not an expense ad screen, which correctly has a single child scroll view. The problem is the upgrade prompt dialog that appears during the expense flow. So let's see a second. Um, the output here, not this one. Yeah, okay, it's okay. It's 28 add the grocery expense in the budgets test. Yeah, let's go check a look at that test here before we keep on reading. Budgets test, and we have add grocery expenses. Ah, that's it, the upgrade prompt. That's what is overflowing. I misunderstood. That's very good. Oh, so good. Um, Upgrade prompt dialog appears automatically. The dialog shows free subscription card, which overflows at 14 pixel. Test the dialog upgrade prompt. By the way, that is too narrow. Mm. Yeah, okay. There is okay, yeah, yeah. It's also too narrow. It it should have less side margins as well. Can you create a new GitHub issue for this? Read Cloud MD for instructions. So using the test on a small screen is actually not a bad idea because we are uncovering issues that I was not aware about. It's not a bad idea. But now we should go back to the main issue. So I'm going to switch emulators to a big screen. And there is a whole chapter of dealing with these issues on a small screen as a separate, um, thread of work. So now it's creating the issue. What do you mean ready to code? No, create the issue. Where is it? Create a GitHub issue for upgrade prompt dialog rendering problems discovered during A2E set testing. Fix upgrade problem prompt upgrade dialog overflows. Root cause is wrapped in non-scrollable container. Okay. Dialog is too narrow with excessive side margin. Yep. Upgrade criteria. Upgrade prompt dialog should not overflow. Dialog should be appropriate margin with reduced margin. Yep. Content should be scrollable. Okay. E2E test main 2E should pass without rendering exception. Cool. Technical details, create an issue, add to project, status on to do. Yeah, I agree all of that. Let's see if it works. Yes. And auto accept edit. Okay. Hopefully it will not do any edits. I should have read it more carefully. Okay, still asking me. Proceed. This is actually the GH issue create. And the last one fails, but it doesn't really matter. It's setting the status in to do. I can do it, man. I see this. Let's see if we find the issue that was created or not. Oh, what happened? Not what I wanted to do. No. Ah, yeah, that's the issue. Fix upgrade the prompt dialog flow with and with on small screens. Oh, I don't put in to do. Yeah, it's in to do. Ah, it's in to do. Okay. Yep. You've done everything. Correct. So go back to here. Issue created. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is we're now fixing this issue now. I'm gonna quit. I want to work on the main issue, which was this editing transfer between currencies, and that will stay there as a ticket. Actually, I'm gonna do. I want to label this as a bug. Now, most of the things I'm doing now are bugs, which is good because it's the next phase of the project. The features are done. Now we are just polishing the small problem. Missed. Time yourself. Okay. Editing transfer between cars. So what I'm gonna do is here the GLM session is new. The cloud session, we create a new one. Okay, good. So now that we have a new session, I need to go back with my mind on yeah, that's what I need to do. We need to the problem is running on the small phone emulator, we uncover these layout issues which we didn't solve. So to go on with the main issue, I'm gonna quit this emulator and start full size phone emulator like the Pixel 8. So I go here, I go in Visual Studio Code, and down here at the bottom, I choose Pixel 8. And that's full size emulator, and then it's really big, so I need to like a little bit smaller to fit in the screen. There you go. Waited for it to start. This is still 554, so it's the first emulator, and it started. So at this point, we can run the test again. I can delete this file now, and we can run the test again without saving the output. Let's do this. There. This will run on the emulator, but yeah, hold on, hold on. Let's do something since we are doing a new run. That part is gone. The main test is an open up. Let's do you say in emulator. Okay, so now we can view in emulator what's happening. And the screenshot will not work, but at least we can see what's happening. Okay, building. There you go, starting. And the app is started. Is lot of output on the language selection. We'll have to clear that up. And it failed. I think it failed immediately because it had some save state because the app failed. I think it should naturally pass the second time you execute it because now the cleanup should have worked. But if not, the alternative is to uninstall the app from the phone instead to clear up the local storage. But let's see. Let's see first like that. Let's see what happens. Okay, loading on the phone. They're starting. And it works now. Okay, good. Okay, now we can see the what's happening. The scrolling, the clicking, everything we can see. Cool. So it should be around test 20 something. The problem is I don't remember what the exact number, but we'll get there. I'm not totally sure about the icon. Should on the right or on the left? It looks weird there, isn't it? But on the left looks weird too because there are two icons. And one is not a button. I'm not sure. Won't touch that for now. So it goes, it's flying through, everything is good. Test 11. Yeah, we'll go well past 20. Maybe 24, I'm not sure. Seems to execute reliably. I had a lot of problem executing tests in the emulator because they were not reliable, and I had to decide to run those tests on a real phone, and from the pipeline. If they start to execute reliably, I can give a go again of using the emulator on using the emulator, but because that would also allow to we have two integration tests, the main integration test and the budget integration test, and if we run on two different devices, they could run in parallel, which is interesting. But then I have to be careful. That would be require some kind of locking because now to run in parallel, I need to execute two runners. But then the two runners don't know which emulator is free or not. So it's also something to be aware. Complicates things a little bit. You need to create a log file or something, and then that log file might not be cleaned up sometimes. So maybe you should have a timeout. I don't know, or some cleanup, manual cleanup as well. So it's so a whole chapter to that I don't want to explore now because I'm focused on this bug, which is editing transfer from to accounts in different currencies. So when I edit transfer from two accounts in different currency, the from amount in the form shows as negative, but because the signs are then fixed again when saving, the validation fails. It's not expecting a negative amount for transfer. So there is that. There you go, close the free trial. So we are at 24. So we should be very close to the actual test that I'm interested in. 26, 27. There you go. Yeah, there is too much margin on that. Um, yeah, on that screen. Um, nagging prompt. Let's call it 28, 29. Ooh, we're close to 30 already. So it's I commented out or test following the test I'm interested in. So that means it will be the last test. And it should be anytime soon. I don't know. I've never been there, so I never executed until here because it failed before. So I don't know the number, but I thought it was 20 something. We're already in the 30, and this no, it's probably the next. This is the transfer, same currency. So the next one will be different currency. And test passes, but it's incorrect. I think it is incorrect, but that's what we're gonna figure out. Oh, yeah, that's the one. Why did the amounts are correct here? They're not negative. Dunque, tapping on transaction, tapping on side menu. So it's opening the side menu. Then edit transaction for the third transaction, basically. And I test that it has these things. And one of the two amounts were expected to be negative, but it looks like they are both positive. Because when it says one widget with text, it's the whole text. So if there was a negative sign in front of it, it should have been there. And also, I think that scrolled out too quickly, yeah, but I thought maybe I should have taken a video. There is an option here, right? No, it's a picture. How to make a video. Record and playback. Start recording in here. Um, However, too late and it takes a very long time. So I think let's start to investigate with what we have. So because it's a new session, I have to reprompt again. It all starts from, but we capture a lot of state in the ticket itself. Okay. Please read the issue. Let's be explicit. GitHub issue 550. Okay. I have modified it to test to add more logging. Um, the reason why I already understand why the test pass is because the amounts are being overwritten. Is consistent with what's happening locally. Actually, maybe that gives me an idea. Maybe we can remove the override of the amounts before we ask anything to the AI and see if the test fails in that case or not. So that's not related. That's a pretty budget test. No, no. Let's go to check here. Here it tells me what the file is. Account transaction edit test. Okay, so that's the class name. But anyway, the test is the file name is the same with the underscore. So we are here. If we change the test slightly to not change the from amount, where's my phone? Yeah, let's check there. If I have a transfer between different currencies, which I have in real life, somewhere, let's go to, just go to my Wise account. There would be plenty of transfer. There you go. Oh, this one is correct. Ah, so if I edit a transaction from the negative side, the from side, that's what it's doing in the test. That's why it's working. Everything is positive here. If I go on the receiving side, that's so we have a missing test. I finally understand the issue. I go to the other side and I edit the transaction, and now it's negative. And so what I was writing in the prompt is not fully correct. It's true that we are overwriting the amounts, but the amounts were positive to start with. Eh, okay, so I understand the issue a little bit more. That's good. So, but I think also the ticket has an error then because it says it's testing the wrong thing. Incorrect. It's testing the right thing. Uh, uh, no, that is incorrect. It's totally wrong understanding. Is because the amounts are no, it's not even true. The reason why the ticket has an incorrect statement. That was original issue. What GLM figure out? I think it was GLM. Oh no, no, if it was Sonnet, it doesn't matter. Statement. Yeah, not this statement. This is a file name. Um, oh, what's going on? Okay. This is not true. When editing the from side, let's call it the from leg of the transaction, both amounts are positive, and that's what's tested correctly. Then the test proceeds with overwriting both values. Okay. And then it checks that in the transaction list for an account, the from side is listed with a negative amount, which is also correct. Well, this issue highlights is a missing test. Editing a multi-currency transfer two side, two leg, destination leg. It's in that case that the amount shows as negative in the form. Okay, let's start with this. Let's go to plan mode, and then we have to update the ticket. But let's start to let it sink in first. Get the context in. Forgot the text output. But we can give this in a different prompt. Okay, it seems from what I'm skim reading, everything is fine so far. I mean, understanding is good. This is research only. No, it's needed. Yeah. That's why this bug is so subtle because it happens only on one of the two legs. Yeah. Ooh, that's his store. Can close this. This one down. Correct and correct statement about E2E test. Clarify E2E currency test from like editing. Specify missing test destination. Updated for step plan. To add the E2E test. This is just the description. Yeah. Add the E2E test. Investigated root cause. Fix the bug. Verify. Okay. Mm, we can approve that change. But stop, please. Let's give it now. Here is the test output. Should go get in the flow, and the next time, and the next action should get that. Oh, hi. My Hoon, May Hoon coder, May Hoon. I'm working on this Android app for some kind of budget planning, personal budget planning, and now it's not running. Um, and well, in the particular issue that I'm doing now is fixing a small bug, which is about editing a transfer between multiple currencies. But basically, as I said in the title, I'm looking for some people that is willing to install the app for free, of course, and try it because now I'm in really in the final rush where uh, I need a few people to try, and then I can put it live in the App Store or Play Store, actually Android. So if you have an Android phone, uh, you can uh, uh, you can use this form or yeah, it's on the Play Store, but only for invited people at the moment. Because and that's the link. Because if you are not invited, you will not see it. And the reason is for the policy. I have to find a dozen of testers. It's not really tester. I call it early access. A dozen of people that install it on the device, and after they have that on for a couple of weeks, then I'm allowed to go to the next phase. And I'm just about now on, yeah, there is a little bug, but this is so small, and I'm using it every day. It works now, and I'm working to fix that bug. So that's the thing. That's the thing. So this, let's see what it does here. Edit transfer destination leg. So it's I have already another. This is what file? Account transaction edit test. Uh, so I have edit transfer different currencies. This is the from leg. So transfer from account to account, um, or call source and destination. Let's say. And this test works, but this should fail because they put an amount as negative. I think this is basically cloned the same test, but for the other side. I don't know if it's right. We'll have to check it. But basically, the problem is it's complicated because now I'm changing everything here, including the banks. So in the order I execute them. Oh, let's start to trust the AI, and then I will verify. Accept that. It's a new test anyway, so this model is Sonnet 4.5. What is the latest? I think 4.5. I see the account test. Okay, so that's the issue. So we put that after this, and it's probably even changing the same transaction. So you have to be careful. Accept that for now. The new test is added to the test suite. Let me update it to-do list. Add the second task as complete. I want it to stop now because we'll have to try it. Uh, okay, I will let it go, but not approve any further changes. What's it doing? But it's just a search, this, I think. I have the full picture. Opposite leg amount is, ooh. Okay, let's read from here. I found the root cause, debug. When editing a transfer from the destination account perspective, the opposite leg from leg amount. No, no, no. So it's doing the fix. That's wrong. Because we didn't even see that the test is failing. We should see that the test is failing correctly and not failing like for the wrong reason before implementing any changes. You idiot. And also, the other thing is, yeah, yeah, I don't know what else the other thing is. Let me run it to is. Let me wait because I have to clarify myself what's the other issue. Ah, yes. The other issue is we change from account to HSBC mortgage and to account to, yes, issue is the test name, edit transactions, different currency, destination leg. So let's rename it because important to say it's a different currency as well. So F2, edit transfer, destination, edit transfer, different currency, destination leg. Okay. And this one is edit transfer, different currency, source leg. Let's go. What's the opposite of destination? Departure? No? Well, source and destination. Okay, yeah, that makes more sense to me. But the issue is here, the we want to edit the destination. The destination was savings, it was Wells Fargo, but then we changed it to account. Let's make this destination and stores. To account becomes Zanzibar. So because we want to edit the destination, the other test should edit Zanzibar. Let's see if it's what it's trying to do. First action is here. These are just variables. Tap on key. Yeah. Open Zanzibar bug. And we don't know if it's the first transaction. We'll have to see. Bug. Okay. So Miranda 83, I've modified, it's out of the of screen here. Poo, poo, poo. Them slightly to improve naming. Please wait. So I have so many tokens that I can afford the saying, please wait, but I just want to update on what I'm doing as well. The user one in the studio, absolutely right. We should, I was always absolutely right. We should verify the test correctly, fails correctly, because it may fail incorrectly. For example, it doesn't find the menu or something, right? That's an incorrect failure. It should fail because it finds a negative amount. So I go here, and now I run the integration test, which unfortunately takes a bit of a long time because it started with the build, and then they go run on the emulator. So now it's building. Is it in the screen? Let's put it. Yeah, it fits. There you go, starting. So you start clicking around. That's the first screen. That shows only the first execution. Close it quickly. And it goes, change the language, what it does, change the currency, the default currency. And it goes, and the tested phases on the 30 something test. So takes a little bit of time to get there. But at least you can see the app if you how it looks like. Creating a bank account. Actually, it is testing that the creation of bank account fails when inputting correct values. Then it will do a correct one. Okay, mortgage, an account, an account in dollars. Okay, we have two different currencies now, two accounts in two different currencies. And here it is saying, basically everything that is happening. Creates account with additional GBP currency, tapping on floating action menu, typing chase savings into field account name. So it's putting the spaces. So it is also testing is streamed, I think. Creates account to be deleted, tapping floating action button and so on. No need to read now, but just to give an idea what's happening. And it's happening in real time in the emulator, the same thing. Yeah, so it's important, write a test, but then you try the test because I'm asserting, or the I did it, but the I did assert that the amount in the form would be positive, but in fact it should be negative for that case. If he gets the what I want to do is this. Start recording. There you go. Let's record the screen because maybe then when if the bug happens and it goes too fast, I don't have time to. I wouldn't be able to catch what's actually happening, and you know. Instead, it creates a video, and I can rewind the video and stop the video and see what actually happened. Okay, so now this is not showing. Oh, here you go. Test 19. '20. Rename account. I will record in the screen, recording the emulator screen only. So what about yourself, Mayhan? Are you still there? Or because another person went in and then drop off after? Is it still you? Oh, three people now. Okay. Hello, hi. Working on this budget pilot app, and I was saying I need some people to help me try the app. If you want to try it, which is the app that's currently running the integration test right here, or E2E test, um, you can go to the website and put your Google, if you have an Android device. Otherwise, I'm sorry, no, I don't have a iOS version yet. I will have, but much later. If you have an Android device, you can put your Google email there. I can authorize you to access it in the Play Store because now it's not publicly released yet. So I have to manually whitelist people. And I will give you premium subscription as well as part of the process. That would, yeah, that would I would need to create a new version with which whitelist your email, but you get the free trial in the meantime. So uh, you'll be able to use it if you like it. And if you, even if you don't like it, if you keep it on your device for a couple of weeks or 3 weeks, it would be helpful for me to pass validation. After, you can delete it if you don't like it. Because basically this policy, of Google wants to an app to have been tried by at least a dozen people before it's authorized to be published to the global general public. So, and now it's just, I'm a software developer, so I have a couple of friends. And yeah, I mean, maybe more acquaintances, but real friend, maybe a couple, right? What happened? It finished just before. What record again? Okay. It has a maximum length or what? Because now it's the interesting part. Okay, this is the test is actually the one before one, different currency. Oh, it failed. Okay, there you go. That's the negative amount. And let's see if it failed exactly for the right reason or not. Exactly for the right reason, because this was the amount that is shown as negative. It was 11111, and it was negative. But here is there you go, and it says we couldn't find this text widget, but we found those. And where is the negative amount? I don't see any amount. It looks like it did the right thing, but let's stop recording and let's do. Let's do save so you can in WebM format maybe. And now what I double click on it, what happened? Nothing. I open with. It's opening. Okay, it's opening in Edge. Okay, whatever. And now, yeah, that's the video. If I go to the last frame just before it failed, it's a bit of, yeah. Oh, okay, it's failed already. Yeah. Yeah, that's where we see the negative amount, which is the 1111. What the only thing, so it seems the test is okay. The only thing I don't understand is why here in the test widget that is not listed. Well, let's do this. Let's feed this back to the AI. Okay, and say the test does seem, let's not give certainty, to fail for the right reason, as in the screen the amount 1111 is shown as minus 1111.111, which is negative. And then output here. Okay, thinking perfect. The test exposes the bug incorrectly. The screen shows negative, but it should show positive. However, it's failing a wrong assertion. Ah, okay. In fact, I noticed it was not in the list of text widgets. Yeah. Hold on, eh? The form are not exposed as text widget. They are in the text form field initial value. Oh, okay. We need to update the test to check the test form field values properly. But what about the other test? Because I saw the AI like copied my the other test I wrote by hand, which is the one just above. One widget by test. Amount should be positive. Okay, that's the test. Yeah, that's not that's in the list is a different thing, but when in the form, yeah, that's strange. Tap on text, edit transaction, so it's already in the transaction itself, and here is doing one widget by text. How come that works? Let's ask that. Let me verify the phone. But why the other test is also doing a what? One widget by test. Let's copy the whole thing. If it's not a text widget. Well, let's figure that out. I didn't give enough context because it's doing that many times. I should have said a line number maybe. Let's see if we can figure it out. Excellent question. Let me look at the source lag test. What the source lag test is actually checking. Looking at source lag test for same purpose and from the test output. Yeah. So you successfully found the text widget can be found. The source lag test does work. You can see the successfully found. It's strange because it's not listed. So I think ah, and it found that as well. So in the other test, you know, but so the comment is wrong because it says 1222 shows negative. Let me see the video again. Where is it here in Edge? Yeah, 1222 is positive because that's a to account and that's a from. So there's another misunderstanding. Uh, I think there is another misunderstanding. One word, yeah, here in the. I want to give a test name. Edit. Blah blah blah. The amounts do not. The the amount. The negative amount is currently 11111, not 122222. Okay, I start with that. We have to fix the test. The comment is wrong. And then we had to switch them to prove that it's true that he can find the other one. You're absolutely right. I was confused about which leg is which. When I did in the Zanzibar bank, the main transaction, Zanzibar receiving positive, yep, the opposite leg is the one showing a negative bug. Okay. The test comment is written, it should say, did you edit them? No. Okay. Can you edit the comments to be correct and also swap them so we can check that the first the 1 to 2 test passes and the pass when you check I'm not sure about and the other breaks. Okay, thinking, thinking. All right, let's see. Firstly, check that instead the 2 2 2 is. Wait a second. Yeah, you check the one. Now it's 1 1 1 first. The one that fails. Instead, you check the one that should pass first, and then main leg received amount should be put in the form. Uh, Bug opposite leg shows as negative. Comment opposite leg should be positive. Okay, fine. Then we'll have to change the comment once the bug is fixed. But for now, it's fine. And now we have to run the test, unfortunately. But that's the way to do, the way to go. So how to record again? Okay. All right. Let's wait until it goes near to the test that we're interested in. So it's doing the build. And I could skip some of the tests, but it's very difficult to see which one we need because it has to create the state with the right accounts, the right amounts, and so on, and which one we can skip. It gets really tricky. I don't want to create more issues that are difficult to understand. So waiting is the best policy now. And maybe this is was best tested with a widget test. But now maybe we can do the widget test after, but don't know. I think we'll have to do with this. So it's about test 30, was it? So it goes. Oh, we got some new viewers. Hi, everyone. Feel free to say hi in the chat. I posted the website. I'm looking for people willing to try the app. The app is the one you see, the integration test running right now. It's a personal budgeting app. It's because I personally always blow my monthly budget, and if I see it in front of my eyes with some daily limits, daily allocation more than limits. So basically, if I don't go out for 3 days, then I can blow more money on a night out. But if I go out every day, then maybe it's not sustainable. So I can see that. Okay, everyone dropped. Yeah, people come and go, isn't it? Anyway, if anyone is interested to try the app, just go to the website, put your Android email in there, end of advertising, for a free product. So it goes test 13. Don't know if we should record the screen. I think we don't need to because we pretty so clearly what's happening already. In the previous recording, we changed nothing, we just the assertion. So all the behavior is the same. I get some water while this run. Careful not to throw it on laptop because not the first time I do. I break a laptop with coffee. This is whatever. Same issue applies. Put it far away. All right, so running the test, and we get there to the test 30 something, and we'll see if the positive amount assertion actually works. And going slow is the best way to do things because otherwise you do things with assumptions, and the assumptions may be correct or they maybe are not correct. You never know until you actually try in details. And the eye just, goes through everything with assumptions. That's why it makes a lot of mistakes. And we're not doing that. We're not vibe coding. We are using an AI assisted coding where the AI helps us, saves us time, but we validate the hell out of it. We not trust anything the AI says. We find it helpful. We have a discussion. It's great. It's a miracle that it does what it does, but we don't trust. Okay, we're getting close to 30. It's the same as, any other coder. If AI was a person, would you trust all the code or all the things that another programmer says? Not in a malicious way, but you have to verify, like you verify validate a PR of another person, which is difficult. But here it's pair programming, um, in a way, a kind of sort of pair programming. I would define where I have my input, the IS is in own input, and we feed back to each other. That's the best way for me. It really works. Here is a bit of screen, make it a little bit bigger. Yeah, so it stays on one line. 31. Oh, there you go. That's the first test, the one that has no problem at all. And after we go 32, that's the problem test, that's failing test, which is editing the other leg. Yep. Expose negative bug. Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, there you go. And 1, 2, 2 actually passes correctly. Yeah. So we actually perfectly validated the problem, even though, again, is not even showing the 1, 2, 2, 2 in there, but it still finds it. So I don't know how that works, but it works. So that's good enough for me. Okay, everything looks good. Doom. We paste the output, but we shouldn't say bug, but we remove it later. Okay. Perfect. This test is working as expected. First assertion passes, is found, and proves the main Zanzibar display correctly is positive. The first assertion passes, the other one is not found. Let's find the issue. Right, when we display the amount only, we make an absolute value. That's fantastic. But then I don't agree with this change. I think I don't. Well, maybe I do. Let's see. uh, what I was thinking is, no, I don't agree with that change because Let me think. Because when we create a transaction, let's try here on the phone, and then I edit a transaction to account is cash. I'm editing on the Wise side. If I edit on the cash side, I received cash from Wise, which these are examples. From account is Wise, yeah, and to account is cash. I don't agree with this change. I think that all is needed is only this line. Maybe add the comma to the line 6 will be the same. And the reason is um, it's normally that normally when editing or creating transactions, the amounts are all positive and everything works. So why do we have to make the amount negative? Sometimes please think well about it by checking downhill. Can I say that? Think. Okay, we got some output. This is thinking output, so we will wait. But now I'm absolutely right, like always. You're absolutely right. Let me trace through the flow. From display, we make it positive. User edit inputs a positive amount on save positive amount transaction object, and the update transfer method, like in the service, normalize the amount, applies negative sign. The sign already handled in normalized amounts, so we should only change the display that is shown in the absolute value. The existing architecture already handles the sign correctly. Okay, so that's good. So you see, the AI was fixing the bug by introducing a new one if you're not careful. You fix the visual bug, introduce a new bug. But now everything should be fine with this simple change. The fix is minimal and elegant, just one line change, but difficult to find. The existing normalized amount logic is downstream already handles applying the thread sign, thinking the user likely want to run the E2E test now to fix everything works, should wait for the instruction on this, the fix is completed. Well, yes, but we have to also update these test descriptions, which I can do. Um, so let's see this. One is says source lag. Also, this comment is updated. Edit transfer between accounts with different currencies. Source lag. And then this one. Edit transfer from destination account. Well, let's keep the same comment style. And we don't need to say exposes the bug because the bug hopefully gone. And terminated. Okay, that's it. Destination lag. Perfect. And Zanzibar. Okay, remove this should pass comment. Check main leg. Check check opposite leg. Remove bug comment. Opposite leg. Remove that. Doesn't should not be true anymore. Opposite leg should be positive. Just remove that. No need to stay anymore. Should be fine. And remove that. Yep, that's it. So, and we don't need these markers that I've done just to find the test to edit easily. But now they don't need to be, and the emphasis I've added 1 and 2. Oh, okay. It doesn't fit. Okay, so go here. Okay, I have removed references to bug in test since it should be gone. Now wait for me to run E2E. Actually, again. Okay, enter. E2E here. That should pass, but it will take some time. Where is the emulator? There you go. Go back here. What it's saying sounds good. The test comments are now clean and just verify the expected behavior. Both amounts should be positive. Waiting for the E2E test. Okay. We have the branch. While the E2E test run, can you add? Can you commit all changes? I'm banking on the fact that they should be right. Anyway, if they are not, we can do one more commit, but so we can go ahead at the same time with the commit and make sure everything is committed. While this is running and this is committing, commit. And now we have to double check that they added all the files because it has a tendency to not add the files that maybe I edit myself. This is a test 9, running here. This is running. GLM is idle. Commit successful or commit hook past markdown formatting, linting as link.directive and whatever, further analyze. So, what are you doing now? Okay, waiting for result. Let's do a command git status. Okay, everything is committed. Looks good. No content. So here the test, we have to reach test 30, so it takes some time. So while it run, I come back in a second. We are still on 20. Okay, so let's see. All the tests should pass. Then we also have to do one more thing actually, which is we commented out further tests because we were focused on them. And here we commented out this test and we should uncomment and commit again. But if the tests so far pass, they should all pass also the one after. I'm not 100% sure because um, the new test might change values that are expected downstream. Hopefully not, but it's not 100% sure yet. Anyway, it's okay. We'll do step by step. So step one is verify that with the one line change we've done, applying the absolute value in the form visualization, everything works, which is the super simple change. Then step two is put back the test that we commented out, run again, and verify that all the tests now work. We should have done this in one step if I were smart. But it's also not bad to do it that way. And step three is create a pull request, then let it run on CI everything on the GitHub Actions, and then review the PR with another model because yes, it's one line change, but there is also for the main code, but there is many changes in the test code, so it's not that small of a PR, so it needs review. And then once it's reviewed, can be and the test pass and everything pass can be merged finally. And we can create a release and deploy to internal testing. Maybe close testing next week is not a big issue. It's a very tiny issue. I'm trying to not deploy more than one version a week to close testing. Maybe I can do much more. I don't know. Maybe I should do two versions a week. Who knows? But basically, the internal testing is several versions per day, and that's not acceptable in close testing because there is a manual review step on Google, so they don't want you to do more than one a day for sure. And the internal testing instead, publish whatever you want. There is no review. Yeah. Oh, that's it. That's it. That's it. We got it. So we have to do this. Put back the test that we removed. There and there, correct, and here. And that's it. Now we tell the AI what we've done. Yeah, we forgot to uncomment the test I previously, if I can spell, previously commented out to make the test execution faster. So we make it slower now because forgot. Uh, can you commit, check and commit again. I think we can go for the push now because it will execute the test anyway and the CI, so we don't need to execute them locally as well. Yeah. Okay. Checking what I said. Oh yeah, there is that also that, yeah. This was the one that we can, unfortunately, on Android emulator, but also on device is the same. You can decide either you can see what's happening on the screen, or you can take a screenshot. Either or. So with this commented out, we could see the screen updating, which is nice. But then in the CI, if something happens, an error happens, I take a screenshot of the moment it happens. And with this commented out, it's not possible to take a screenshot. So I accept this change because we want CI to be able to take a screenshot. And the screen appears frozen because it's updating it on a memory buffer, from what I understand, instead of the real screen. It's unfortunate that you can't have both, but that's the way it is. Adding the change. So here in the shell, I check status. Well, we have added one file, but there are two other files modified. So what are you doing? What are you doing? You're committing one file. I misunderstood my instruction, man. Good that you spotted that one. I found them. Yeah, okay. Found them now. So it's adding them now. Okay. No need to prompt them. It found them by itself. So if I check now here, situation becomes oh, why? Because one was committed before. That's what's happening. Yeah. Now it's adding two new files and creating a third commit. And now we can say create a PR. Push. Don't need to say, but let's say it. Sometimes I want to test, can you guess that you have to push before creating a PR? And it does, but I'm not testing the model then. Now let's be explicit. Push, create a PR. Let's hope it follows the instructions. Yeah. mm, mm. I like small description, but it's okay. It's small enough. I like a couple of sentences, but it's okay. It's a bit more. Okay, I should let the user know that it's created successful. Yeah, I've done it. Yeah, so great. Okay, so now the PR is created. It means I can go here. Yeah, there are all the dependable ones, which I will look at later. But the PR is open is this one. And that's the description I was added right now. Fix the bug where editing multi-currency transfer from destination account perspective shows the opposite leg amount as negative instead of positive. Correct. Display absolutely value. One line change. Added test, renaming existing test. For clarity, the fix leverage is okay. File changes. So it's 70, one line change, but 76. Because we had the scroll through, edit transfer, different currency. Let me expand this, easier to read. Okay, changes the comments. So nothing big here, changes the comments, make it clearer. And that's a new test. Okay. And here is formatting from what I understand. Yeah. This so did formatting. Formatting, and here is the name change, and that's it. That's a fix. A good last. Okay, so the integration test, I mean, all the test pipeline actually it should be running now. There you go. So you went with some node checks, there's some validation, and then Flutter checks, the actual unit test. Why is this jumping up and down? Enable Python API? What are you talking about? The Python API allows scripts you run to control the item. No, 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 no. No. Okay. To Flutter checks is running. The tweet test, budget tweet test are running. Okay. They're starting on the phone right now. So while we do that, let's get another model to review the PR. So we got GLM 4.6, the cheap ZAI, um, yeah, ZAI AI. That's why I was confused. And says, please review, please read, load MD and make sure. And then review PR. Is this the PR? Yeah. Okay. Private repo. So don't try to access the URL directly. And the ticket is 554 ish, no, 550. GitHub, GitHub issue 550. Boom, go. We have time while the tests are running. It take a long time. Oh my God, it's really. Oh, I told you it's a private repo. For fuck's sake. This will fail that you realize for four. Okay, GH. Okay, now you can access it. And doing the diff. I should have said the same as local, but forgot. Create a to-do list to track a review of this PR. Wow, he's taking it seriously. Okay. Okay. Let's read only the last part because it's so much output. Overall assessment recommendation, strength, minimal fix, one line change, comprehensive testing, clear naming, follows existing. So it's a lot of praise. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Safe implementation, adheres to the coding standard, clear, blah, 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 blah. Testing strategy, edit test. Yeah, okay. Recommendation approved, implemented fix. Okay, so we double check. The PR review is complete, is a well executed, or blah, blah, blah. Okay, good. So now the issue is we cannot go any further with merging until this pipeline, if I can zoom it, actually completes. But because it does take a long time, I'm gonna end up here the session. I manage it myself after maybe 10-15 minutes. So yeah, thank to everyone to have joined. If you please visit the link and request early access and insert your Google email address. I give you early access to the app for free and also give you a premium subscription to the app for free that you can keep for at least 1 year, maybe forever, depends on my mood. But go ahead, please. It will help me. Thank you so much, and it will maybe you find it interesting too. Thank you so much. Bye bye.